What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a very special episode of Ruin a Randomer. Ruin a Randomer, guys, is a series that kind of put me on the map as a YouTuber back in FIFA 11 and FIFA 12. I was very successful through FIFA 13. Then the kind of style of video creation changed through FIFA and FIFA 16 and FIFA 15, so it wasn't really that much appreciated. But the commentary has really come back and longer videos is really much more welcome now. And so people have been asking me a lot for Ruin a Randomer, and I've always been a bit like, you know, maybe it's one of those things that should stay in the past and the fond memories of it should remain there. And I've been convinced to do it today. So if you remember this series and you want to see more, drop a thumbs up. And then in turn, if you enjoy this video and you want to see more, drop a thumbs up. What do I do in Ruin a Randomer? The guise was, I built a team, I took it into a live game and just talked about stuff. Maybe FIFA, maybe gaming in general, the YouTube scene or community, just online, this is and that's all over the place, and sometimes my personal life, and I got to engage a little bit more with you guys and have more of a connection with you guys. Today's video is actually going to be about some stuff with regarding squad builder challenges for FIFA 18 and for FIFA 17, co-op ultimate team. And what I thought I'd do different this time around is I thought I'd do it versus a viewer instead of in online. So this is the team that I'm using, and you're probably thinking to yourself, what on earth is this team? Well, I was streaming the other night and we decided to go through my club and see what I had in the club and put together a team just based on solid players for position. So we've got Torres and Suarez up front. We've got Dendoncker at cam, but Dendoncker will be moved into CDM at the kickoff of the game. And Thiago will be moved to midfield and El Shaarawy will move to cam. So this is the setup that it's actually going to be. But to get the best chemistry out of the 11 that we're playing with to start with, we start with the team like this, because we actually get 79 chemistry out of this. So every player is on a minimum of like 7 chemistry, with exception of your man here, Dendoncker. But I actually haven't been enjoying him, so I wouldn't mind swapping him out for Nainggolan, and Nainggolan will actually offer a hell of a lot better chemistry to the whole squad. So Nainggolan puts us up to 85 chemistry now, which for me is obviously much better. Every single player is on at least 7, apart from good old Harold here, and he's on decent enough chemistry at what we at 5. I could actually put Dele Alli in at cam and get even better chemistry, but this team wasn't built regarding chemistry. This team was built regarding just favourite players from specific, you know, throughout the club that myself and the stream had enjoyed. So this is the team that I'm going to be taking into some gameplay, dudes. As I say, I am going to be playing against viewers, or a viewer. I'm not going to ask for any rules or anything like that. Like, if people want to come with a stacked squad with attribute cards and stuff, then so be it. I'll just have to fight my way through that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is the team. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright guys, we are up against Dan the FIFA man, FC Harambe. His squad rating is insane, 90, 89 and 88. So it's likely we're going to be coming up against a legend team or team of the years, so on and so forth. This might be a battering for me. And as I was saying, dude, so he has got, wow. Why is he gone for the... I'm intrigued as to why people are going for the 98 instead of the 99 Ronaldo, but he's got 95 Messi. He could go for a better Suarez, a better Messi and a better Ronaldo. The rest of his team is exceptional. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 team of the years. An informed Messi, a Ronaldo. Let's see how it goes. And as I was going to say, the premise of Ruin a Randomer was to do it live and to just talk. So there's no cuts, no edits, anything like that. Sometimes I get angry at this game. You see the best and the worst of me in Ruin a Randomer, dude. You do see the best and the worst of me. Sometimes I get really angry at the game. I tried to kind of not do that anymore. I tried to kind of like really reduce the output of rage and frustration in aim to get better at the game. Really, that's kind of like the primary goal, is to get better at the game. And obviously I can't get better at the game if I'm constantly raging and blaming the game. So first things first, we're going to make our changes. So nothing changes in terms of tactics or formation or anything like that. We literally just swap the boys around like so, And that is that. So the first thing I was inquired to talk about was SBCs for FIFA 18 and what I want or expect from those things. So for me, I think SBCs in general have been an incredible addition to FIFA this year. I've thoroughly enjoyed them. They've been a very large part of my content creation, especially on this channel. You know, maybe not so much on my Road to Glory channel, but especially on this channel, they've been very much a very large part of my content creation. You know, some of my biggest videos this year are off the back of squad builder challenges, so I'm grateful for them. Oh, we're away here. Fernando Torres, El Nino. We got men in the box. El Nino, great tackle. I could have done a bit more with that. I should have done a bit more with that, really. I shouldn't have done the ball roll. The ball roll was a little bit too much. Let's get the ball into Raja. Nice ball in, and another nice ball in. That's good blocks. Yeah, I think EA have done a fantastic job with SBCs this year. You know, we didn't have anything quite like them last year, and for that reason alone, you've got to give credit to EA, right? But they've made a few mistakes in some areas. You know, let's see if we can get Thiago. Oh, he's hit the post there. Let's see what we can do. Nice from Suarez there. Ashley Cole's in behind. Oh, Ashley Cole's got it back. Oh, Sharewi, surely one of you lads. Yeah, they've made a few mistakes in pricings of SBCs, in my opinion. You know, some of the premium SBCs were just way too expensive. That was so obvious. Yeah, some of the premium SBCs were way too expensive, right? And that priced a lot of people out. You know, in a game where FUT Champs has kind of like trumped all, right? In a game where FUT Champs has really shown that you can play to win this year. You can start with nothing and still become incredibly successful just through playing the game. I think EA have taken that on board a little too heavily with assuming that everybody may have the coins and the time and the coin balance to invest into SBCs, and that's just not the case, right? Because there are some people that literally can't play on weekends because they don't have the time, or they're not good enough to qualify for FUT Champs. And so because of that, when EA drop these premium SBCs, and when EA do things that require quite a heavy amount of coins, like the Christmas SBCs, yeah, there were a few cheap ones, but there were quite a lot of expensive ones. You're really pricing yourself out of a market of people that would want to get involved. And I think a lot of the SBCs have been geared towards the hardcore user, not the casual gamer. And I don't think that's necessarily right. So I would like to see next year a lot more player SBCs, but of random upgrades and players of random stature that get small or potentially like like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like just negligible. I'm looking for negligible upgrades, you know? Like, so for example, you could take someone like, oh, what a goal. You could take someone like, I don't know, like a Division 1 striker, like a bronze 63 rated striker, and just give him an SBC that boosts his, you know, his shooting by 2, or give it to a point where there are like 6 versions of this bronze striker, right? Let's say you've got a striker and he's got like mediocre stats because he's bronze, so he's 63 rated. And EA have offered this this SBC whereby there are 6 versions of him. And you can only complete one version, and once you've completed one version, all the other 5 get locked. But on each version, it is upgraded the stats by 5. So you can take that bronze striker with +5 on pace, or you can take that bronze striker with +5 on shooting, or +5 on defending or physical, so on and so forth, right? So that would be a pretty cool cool feature to have. Just a little bit more dynamic, like kind of ability within the within these players. I think that would be a lot of fun, right? Because it would just open up the possibilities of people and these SBCs. Because what you could see then, and it doesn't even have to be bronze, you could do it with like all sorts of players. You could do it with like high rated players, like the the cards that we have already now, like the Hector Bellerin, you could do it so instead of getting the upgrades that he's got, you could have like 4 versions of him and choose the upgrade, you know, the way that you want it upgraded. Because that way, when you come up against a player, then you're not going to be, oh god, I've thrown it straight to him there. You're not going to be coming up just against the same Hector Bellerin all the time. You're going to be coming up against 4 different types of, or 5 or 6 different types of Hector Bellerin, right? I think that'd be pretty fun, pretty good to have that in FIFA 18. But I don't know if things like that are the sort of things that EA are really looking to get towards or to put into the game. But one thing that I would absolutely love to see in the game is SBCs that use items that we just have an absolute abundance of, that have next to no market value. So I want to see SBCs that have requirements needing fitness cards and contracts and stadiums and managers and staff. I want to see SBCs that require you to have. I'm rushing that last pass, that final ball. I'm rushing. Yeah, SBCs that require you to have balls and kits and badges. And what you can do for those is you could either go the generic route of, you know, trade in 10 stadiums for a custom stadium. Like a, you know, not a custom stadium per se, but just a stadium that you can't get in packs. So you trade in 10 and it's always random. And so, you know, it's up to you, not really up to you, but it's luck of the draw, Juan Torres. It's luck of the draw whether or not you actually get that, you know, the stadium that you want. Some of them could have pretty good features. Some of them could be like, when you get a stadium, you could have like a stadium that is literally just like +5 chemistry. So no matter what your team chem is, this game's about to disconnect, isn't it? No, oh, we're still good. So no matter what your team chem is, you get +5 team chemistry. And you could have a stadium that gives you, you know, double coins. So if you're using that stadium, double coins, no problem. So, you know, you can have a situation where, okay, you know you're going to play 10, 15, 20 games of Foot Champs this weekend. Let me put my double coin stadium on. Or, okay, I want to experiment with a few players that I don't usually use. Let me put the... This has got to be a goal here. Let me put the... Oh, I've wasted so many chances. It's difficult for me to focus and talk at the same time. It's a good half, though. I feel like I've had the better of it. I've definitely had a bit better possession, just unable to get that ball in the back of the net. Yeah, so you could have, you know, you could put your stadium, or you could have a stadium that gives +1 chemistry to every player on the team. So if you want to use a team like I'm using right now, I can have a stadium that actually boosts my chemistry. You can have a stadium that reduces the loss of fitness after every game. So, you know, and have these as like SBC stadiums that you have to turn in 10, 20, 50, 100 different stadiums for, you know, don't make it easy so that everyone's running around with it, but also don't make it too difficult that no one's got anything decent out of it. You know, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. So you could do something like that with stadiums. Also, I've spoken about a few times before. I would love to see like tokens in this game. So you can trade items for tokens, bronze, silver, gold, and maybe just special like inform tokens or whatever. Go on, Suarez, yes. And then what happens is you can use these tokens to either get better tokens or use these tokens in other SBCs to get items. So for example, right now the Dele Alli SBC, the Player of the Year Dele Alli SBC, requires like the special Dele Alli cards to complete it. Well, you could get one of these tokens that would act as like a Joker token, so it would go in its place. I kind of took that idea from FIFA Mobile. And I think that would be something that's cool, where if somebody's missing like a certain player, they could have actually earned a token. Instead of having to go and spend, you know, 10,000 coins on that price fixed player, they could just earn a token, like grind to a token, like trading loads of stadiums and loads of kits and loads of badges, and end up earning a token that they could put in instead of that player that they would need. I think that sort of thing would be interesting to the game as well. I also think there needs to be an inclusion of a squad fitness and a squad contract SBC. I think those sort of things would be good. You know, right now you could trade. It would be good, for example, if you could trade, say, six bronze individual fitness cards for a bronze squad fitness card, because we all know squad fitness right now is exceptionally expensive. You have to pay, like, you know, if you don't have a second team or rotation players and stuff like that, you literally have to pay 1,000 coins to get fitness back on your team. So why not have a situation whereby you can Don't let him get in there. There we go. Yeah, where you can trade in 6 bronze individual fitness cards, and what you get out of that is an untradeable bronze squad fitness card, or where you can trade in 6 silvers and get an untradeable silver, or whereby you trade in, go on, yes, Name, what a goal, or whereby you can trade in 6 gold individual squad cards, individual player cards, and get a squad fitness gold card that's untradeable. It will just bring a little bit of life to the market, and it'll make it a little bit cheaper for people to be able to build fitness back on their team, which is something that's hugely missing in this game, right? Like the ability to regen fitness is massively missing in this game. You could try and say, no, it's good as it is. You can play offline against the AI to regen fitness. You can use 2 teams and rotate to regen fitness. But you're being forced to play the game a way that you don't want to, just because you can't afford to use, you know, the fitness cards that shouldn't really be an issue in the game. Like, you should never have to sit there and think, man, I don't know if I can play this player in this game because he's not fit enough. That shouldn't be a game. That shouldn't be a thing in a game mode like FIFA Ultimate Team. You don't have that in head-to-head. You know, you don't sit there and you're like, okay, you've played. Actually, maybe you do. I don't know. I haven't played head-to-head in so many years. That was a lovely goal. Should have done the offside trap from kickoff. Really, that's my fault. I got lazy. Yeah, you know, you don't. You don't have so many, like, fitness shouldn't be a thing in the game. The same as contracts. I think contracts shouldn't be a game, but again, have a thing where you can add together, you know, 5 rare bronze contracts for a rare squad squad contract card, and 5 common bronze contracts for a common squad contract card. And what that would be is, instead of applying 1 to each person, like individually, it would apply like a boost to all of the people on the squad, so you can apply contracts just much easier. I think that would be, again, a really good addition to the game that isn't currently there. That isn't necessarily something that we're crying out for, but it would definitely make the behaviour of the game a lot easier, right? It would make it easier. There we go, Suarez is through. Oh, I've got lucky with that. That's nice. Oh, that's lucky. That's unlucky. I should have scored there. So there's some kind of SBCs that I would like in FIFA 18, but I'd like to see more ability, more creation with the SBCs through players. Like, I think EA have had a massive opportunity to do a lot of player SBCs, and what's ended up happening is we've had a lot of SBCs of players that already get special cards and informs, and they're not necessarily things that we want. You know, we've got this special Suarez SBC, and whilst he's, for me, probably one of the most used SBCs in the game, he's one of the dudes that I see the most, he's got a 94 card, a 95 card, a 98 card. Like, an SBC for him is not necessary, you know what I mean? Like, give me an SBC for the dudes that don't usually get special cards, you know what I mean? Like, give me an SBC for some goalkeepers. We never get goalkeepers. There's so few goalkeepers in Team of the Week, because they only offer 2 slots to the goalkeepers, that every week we should get a goalkeeper SBC, just a random goalkeeper. Why not? What harm would it do to the game to have that? You know, so many of the SBC cards that we have are built on the attackers and creative midfielders. There's not really that much to go by for defenders and defensive midfielders. And sure, you know, you can point out the anomalies that are there. There are some defenders, there are some midfielders, defensive-minded midfielders. You know, Vidal's got himself an SBC card. De Rossi's got an SBC card. Like, I'm not saying that they don't exist, but they are few and far between in comparison to. Oh, we could be in here. This is nice. Let's get in with Suarez. Cuts it across. Heung-min Son. It's 3-2. That's lovely. Yeah, I would just like to see a little bit more, different players, more creativity with the players, and more opportunity for people to earn the players. Like, I liked what they had before, where they had the Johansson and the Jensen card. Like, those dudes, they were decent, man. Like, they're not crazy good players, but it was different. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like I want everyone to be running around with the absolute most incredible super team in the world, because that would be pretty boring for the game. But I would like to see a little bit more creativity within the SBCs. And I ask you guys, actually, what would you like to see from SBCs in the game? What do you think is missing? Because I've spoken a little bit about what. Thank God he missed that. I've spoken a little bit about what I would like out of it. I haven't really gone too deep. I didn't really think about this too in depth before making this video. There's definitely more that I would like to see as well. It's just whether or not I can find the time to. Oh, that's a nice ball. That is. Oh, that's poor. That was really poor. Yeah, I would need to sit down and like really like graft out, okay, these are the sort of things, because I'm sure there's some things that would be great that I haven't even thought about, right? Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was really nice. That would have been one of the sickest 1-2s I've seen. Right, ter Stegen, let's get the ball up. So yeah, there's things that I would like to see. Go on, Son. He's away. That's great play. Oh, it's going to fall to him. Luis Suarez. Great save, Neuer. I could have taken more time on that. I had a lot of time there. Should have definitely done a little bit better with that. Oh, we'll take another corner. But yeah, there's a lot EA can do with SBCs for FIFA 18. I would be interested to see what you guys have to say and what you guys think, and then maybe talk about it in another video a little bit later on, you know, in the week, or maybe in a few weeks from now, and we can revisit this subject and talk about it again. But there is a lot EA can do. Anyway, good game to my opponent, Dan. That was a fun game. You had an incredible team. When I went 1-0 down, I thought it might be difficult. Dan, the FIFA man 69, very good game indeed. But imagine there, you see the match was. Imagine I'm in a stadium now that gives me just double coins. So I earn 900 coins, or like 950 coins instead of 475 coins. Like, how amazing would that be to get a stadium like that and an SBC? I just think it would be awesome. And in general, the match was a little bit in my favour. Dan was resorting to long shots on the edge of the box only. Most of my shots coming from inside the box. I had better passing, more possession, less tackles, which is quite worrying. But I thought my goals were pretty nice. I thought his goals were actually very nice. Both of his goals were bangers. His Lionel Messi goal was a really, really good finish. I gave up easy possession in the midfield. I ends up dropping back to him. Great finesse shot to put him in the lead. Scored a finesse shot of my own with Luis Suarez to get me back into the game. Lovely little bit of work. Suarez turns the defender and puts that one past the goalkeeper. Then Rajan Angolan with the goal that put me in the lead. And there is El Shaarawy with a lovely little bit of skill. And that is a beautiful finish from Rajan Angolan. Fair play. Cristiano Ronaldo tied the game up straight away. Scoop turn, Ronaldo chop, the fake Rabona, and then a great finish past the goalkeeper. And then we won the game in the 82nd minute with Heung-min Son. Again, getting down to that byline, getting it across the goal. Took a deflection, but it was probably going in anyway. And then the 90th minute save. This should have been a goal. I rushed here, like right here, take a touch, take a second touch and set myself and then shoot. I rushed the shot, couldn't get it right into the corner. That was my bad. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.